Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Cassandra. I'm the witch, the spiritualist, the founder and creator of Magic of Eden. I am so happy that you chose to be here today. If you guys are returning, what's up fam? Y'all already know the deal. I hope y'all are doing good and I am so happy that y'all chose to hang out with me today. I am always wishing the best for y'all, of course, as you already know. Now, I am restarting this video because of course, my son, my oldest, is upstairs and he loves to make noise. So here I am for the third time, third time's the charm. And speaking of third time's the charm, the power of three, right? So I'm just hoping that this reading goes by smoothly. Also, so you guys know, another quick disclaimer is that my youngest is on the couch asleep, so he may be getting up soon. I'm not sure. I have been doing my absolute best not to be so polished and just allow them to kind of do whatever they're going to do without me constantly having to, stop, edit, and all that stuff. So if you guys don't mind the kiddos being in the background, then this is definitely the place for you. If you feel that you need a more polished type of reading, I completely 1000% understand. Don't settle for less. Live your best life. Now, I wanted to continue the message that I was actually given beforehand, and I've already got some cards here, which I really, really, really wish I could have saved that footage, because as I was talking, the cards were actually coming out. So when I was talking, I basically kept getting a feeling as though Spirit was trying to give someone a nudge forward, trying to help them make a decision as to where they needed to go. Also, I want to set the intention before I get deep into the reading that this message serves you no matter what place, no matter where you are, no matter what time it is, no matter the distance. I set the intention that it helps you in the future, and then I just hope it helps you in the now. I just hope it helps you no matter what. And this serves as a timeless message. And also Spirit did state that this was meant to be a daily message or an encouraging message to continue on with the path that you're on now, because there are some people who do feel lost. They do feel like they're at a crossroads. They do feel as though they're not at a space of clarity because they feel that everything around them has been so tumultuous, and so they're losing their way. And at least that's what it kind of feels like with someone. I just heard the word spirit of place. It's like they're looking for spirit in these places, but it's like they can't find spirit. It's like they're losing the connection because their heart is in so many different places. Now, one of the things that I love about a crossroads is that that is a place where opposites meet. That is a place where the spirit world and the physical world meet, of course, with the vertical line indicating the place of the heavens as above, and then the horizontal line so below that represents the physical world, if I'm not mistaken. And one of the things that I do love about Crossroads is that this is a place where you go to sacrifice your burdens. You sacrifice and you give it up to you give them up to God. You state what it is that is on your heart, and you give an offering and say, this is what it is that I have. This is all that I can give you in return for your help and for spiritual wisdom and clarity. One of the things that I do love about the Crossroads is that it's a place where spirits are. It's a place where you can feel the presence of spirits. It is so profound, and right dead smack in the middle of that crossroads is to me and my own endeavors, and what I've learned is that in the middle of that there is a portal, and that portal is a representation of divine wisdom, divine love, divine clarity that comes here on earth to spread and to be given to us, if that makes sense. And I feel that spirit, your guides, your ancestors, your angels will meet you there at that crossroads where you feel that you've lost your way, and they will help to guide your steps. They will give you the hints and the clues, and they will help to turn that inner compass within you so that you can then find the North Star, find the North Node, or figure out what it is that you're going. But Spirit wants to remind you that it is okay that you've lost your way. In fact, you didn't lose your way. You're actually at the very perfect place now, because now you're at a moment of surrender. And when you enter this crossroads, you are at a point of surrender where you are allowing Spirit to completely drive and take you where it is that you need to go. And it's so interesting because when I was pulling the cards earlier, we did get the Five of Cups here, as you can see, and we also got the Five of Pentacles, which is really interesting because I feel like as a result of all the things that have spilled over in your life, this to me is an indication of massive change. Interesting because we do have the number 5, which is literally dead smack in the middle of the number line, and it sits right in the middle. Now that number 5 normally does represent change, right? It represents upheaval, if that makes sense. It does. And so with you being dead smack in the middle of change, Spirit is saying what I'm going to do is I'm going to send, or I'm going to be the reminder that yes, you are headed towards abundance, but you have to remember to trust. Even though this is a physical card in a sense, because we're working with the King of Pentacles here, which is heavy earth energy, of course, but this to me is you being able to trust Spirit to stabilize your physical world. You being able to trust Spirit to bring these things to a space of equilibrium, to a space of wholeness, to a space of stability, to a space of comfort. But to me, it's not just the physical. To me, this is highly spiritual. Some of you guys are experiencing highly spiritual activity right now where I just heard that some of you guys have been seeing spirits, but you're not sure. Spirit is saying don't second guess that. Some of your powers are awakening. I just heard some of y'all are witches and y'all don't even know it. Some of y'all are warlocks or witches, however you want to identify. And it's like these things are starting to reveal themselves to you. And the more Spirit is saying, the more you tap into your power, the more you surrender to that, the more you allow it to come in and you embrace it. And the more that you allow yourself to go deeper into that, you'll find your sense of self. I'm not exactly sure why that came through, but that is so profound. It's like you're going through this place of unraveling, and it's so interesting because you do have the Chariot card here, which Spirit is leading you. Some of you guys are awakening, your spiritual gifts and talents are awakening. Some of you guys are looking to see, when am I even at the right place for this job right now? Should I be leaving? What is it that you are being, even though the High Priestess is not here, I feel the High Priestess saying, listen, you have experienced both aspects of the light and the dark. Now I need you to combine these, and I need you to see what feels right to you. Look at everything for what it is, not just this or that, but look at everything. How can you use the best of these to maximize your world? What have you learned? And I do feel like some of you guys are, this could be a relationship. Should I stay? Should I go? Can I make this work? What do you feel? Right? Some of you guys are, and then of course, like I said, some of you guys are awakening, these different gifts, these different talents and things like that. So this message, like I said, is really, it's extremely generic. It is very generic. But the moral of the story, it's so interesting because now we have the 10 of Pentacles here. I love that. Oh, that card just kind of popped out. It's interesting because I do feel that Spirit is saying, when you're at this crossroads, I really need you, now that you laid down your burdens, now that you've sacrificed these different parts of yourself, now that you've given up these different things, what I want you to do now is I want you to envision the best life possible. What does that look like for you? What I'm going to do is I'm going to take that, I'm going to amplify that, and I'm going to add to that and give you something that you've never experienced. I feel like, if anything, this is an encouraging message to remind you that you are not lost, my loves. You are not lost, my family. You're not, because Spirit is always guiding you. And I feel that Spirit is saying, I need you to be less aggressive with yourself. And it's interesting because we have the Magician card here. Like I said, some of you, the fact that you guys are sitting in this crossroads, you are able to absorb the power that Spirit, your guides, are giving you, in a sense. Now, mind you, you guys already know what I mean when I say divine, when I say your guides. These are different aspects of you, right? And so these are different aspects of yourself, reminding you of who it is that you are to your core. They're reminding you of your power. They're reminding you of the fact that you are able to take these things that you have gone through, and Spirit is saying, I need you to remember that no matter what, you have the power to change your circumstances. When you get to this crossroads, I need you to be 1000% honest with me, because to be honest with me is to be honest with you. And the more honest you are, the more you're living in your authentic truth, the more you can then say, now that I've given up the truth, these different aspects of myself, what is it that I want to create now? I am made powerful. I am made whole. I am a physical representation of love, of the divine, of spirit, of the ethereal. I am a walking embodiment of the cosmos. And therefore, what I say, what I feel, I can create and I can make tangible. What the King of Pentacles here, what the Ten of Pentacles here, and what the Knight of Wands here, this is you forging through. I just heard you're forging through defeat, but you're also being reminded that you have the power, the willpower, you have the drive, you have everything, the stamina, the speed, the everything to make sure that what you want does manifest. Now, this is not just something tangible. Again, this is something, I get a sense that this is something very spiritual. Like, this goes beyond your job. This goes beyond your relationships. This goes beyond your partnerships. This, to me, feels very spiritual. And I don't just mean this as far as a spiritual awakening. It's beyond that, because spiritual awakenings is where, to me, it's more emotional based, where you're connected to literally everything and you can feel them and you have compassion and things like that. This is beyond that. This is you tapping into literally your highest being, where you are understanding. I just heard you're learning to understand the true meaning of life. Like, you're tapping into the guru, the sage. Even though the Temperance card is not here, I do feel, oh my goodness, look at that, Queen of Pentacles here. Even though the Temperance card is not here, it feels like you're going through this, you're going through the stages of alchemy and you're coming out solidified into your whole being. That's what this feels like. Because what I'm also getting a sense of is that some of you guys are understanding the power of spirit versus the power of tangibles. Even though you do have lots of pentacles here, I do again get a sense of fulfillment after the storm, after the rain. And look at that. You have the Three of Cups here. You are not alone. There are people, there are guides with you every step of the way, rejoicing with you, reminding you of the love and the beauty that you have, reminding you of your power, reminding you of who it is that you are. This is a reminder of your power. I feel that Spirit's message for you right now is to just simply remind you of who you are. Take it to the crossroads, give an offering, take a coconut, take some change, some rum, whatever. Take it to the crossroads. I just heard for someone to learn the Yoruba language. I don't know why that just came through, but that was kind of random. But that's a message for someone to learn the Yoruba language. It's something about waist beads. You guys know that I'm more of the Aboriginal American type of person, but I'm not going to stop a message if it's meant for someone, despite, you know, my own endeavors and despite what I believe in. But for some of you guys, I'm hearing Spirit say specifically that you are here to learn the traditions of that particular type of that culture. Interesting, because as I flip the card over, as I flip the deck over, of course, we do have the Hierophant here. That's really interesting. That came out of random. But anyways, I feel that the message for you is to remember who it is that you are, to remember to tap into your power, because to tap into your power, you will always be guided, you will always be led, as long as you're allowing yourself to. I just heard the word mugwort. You can definitely work with mugwort right now, because mugwort is so amazing. Not only is it very protective, mugwort is one of those, it's a witch's herb. We fucking love mugwort, right? And I know that for mugwort, for some people, it does cause hallucinations and things like that, depending on how you're taking it. I am not promoting that you use it for that, but mugwort is amazing when you're working with the spirit world, when you're working, you know, with your craft and things like that. For whatever reason, I'm definitely called to tell you to work with mugwort. You can work with it in its dry form or its fresh form, however you wish, but you can use that. And I just heard for you to use it to induce dreams, or like a dreamlike state. If you want to, you can combine that with some lavender and some jasmine flowers, by the way, and you can put that in some grapeseed oil, and you can use whatever type of essential oil you want. But you can also, I would probably say lemongrass. I'm giving you guys a recipe, by the way, just in case you guys haven't caught on yet. But you can use that, and with some lemongrass, a couple of drops or a few drops will go a long way. And you can use that for some for some work, for some spiritual work, for some third eye work. I just heard something about third eye enhancement with this. Like, things in the physical world are becoming more clear now. Like, since you've been going through this, things have become made more clear. I keep hearing for you to lean on spirit, for you to tap more into your spiritual self, for you to tap more into who it is that you are, to tap more into your gifts and things like that. I also hear something about you tapping into these different elements to bring healing to yourself. Some of you guys are healers and you don't know it. That's so funny. We have the novice here. We have innocence, beginner, ignorance, new skill without practice, unstable curiosity. I feel that for me, what this represents right now is that you're at the beginning stages. You're at the beginning stages of something. And it says new skill without practice. Spirit is guiding you to remember how we were just talking about that, like your gifts, and then you're awakening to your gifts, and now spirit wants you to start enhancing those things. So while you're at the crossroads, I do feel like spirit wants you to tap into who it is that you are to your core. Spirit wants you to tap into every single last layer of yourself so that you can become a force to be reckoned with in this world. The magician, also, just so you guys know, if you guys don't understand tarot, is that the magician has literally all the tools available to them to create, change, and manifest. But the power comes from the mind. The power comes from the mind. That is a magician. The magician is the walking embodiment of the mind. It is the mind made flesh. It is the manifestation of the ethereal or the thoughts world, as I like to call it, or the world of thoughts. It is the all manifesting into the physical world. But in order to do that, you have to be able to harness your power with confidence, with the knowing that it is possible. This message is not going to be for a very large group of people, and I've already accepted that, and it's all good. It's amazing because we have the frog here, cleaning house, releasing emotional baggage. This is what you're taking to the crossroads. You're getting rid of all the things that are no longer needed. One of the things that I loved about being in North Carolina is that after it would rain, you'd see a bunch of frogs and toads just kind of coming out, enjoying life. This is you coming out of after a storm, after rainfall, and experiencing the freshness, the cleansed feeling that the water gives the earth, and you're breathing in all of that goodness, that freshness that is bestowed upon you, that is bestowed upon the earth from cleansing waters. And so I do see some of you guys going through a baptism. Some of you guys are going through a baptism. There's something about being baptized. There's something about being, I don't know why this is bringing me to Christianity, but for those of you guys that are Christians that are looking at this, take this as it resonates. I don't want to leave anyone out of this message. Just take it as it resonates. You know what I mean? And then we also do have truth here. The interesting thing about truth is that there's a bridge going over this creek or this river or whatever. I feel that with this truth, all things are revealed. When you go to this crossroads, which is interesting because we do have a cross here. We do have a cross here. It's things are revealed to you. Revelations are being revealed to you when you go to this crossroads. Revelation about who it is that you are. Revelations about your family. I just heard something about family research, but something about prophecies. And it's interesting because what's interesting is the fact that I gave you guys a recipe earlier for you guys to work with third eye energy. And what I love about that is that you can use that to receive prophetic visions. I am not stingy. That is a recipe that you can use. In fact, that is the closest recipe that I actually have to my own divine visions oil that I have in my shop that I'll be reintroducing soon, as soon as I can, back in the Apothecary. I am not stingy. You can use that recipe for yourself. Now, of course, it's not the only thing you can use. You can do whatever else you want, but that is the closest that is to my own recipe. Of course, I may come on here and I may show you guys how to make it. I'm not sure yet. You guys can ask me in the comments if you want, but yes, for the most part, absolutely. That is how you would, make that. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and pull one more card here, and then I'm going to do a small recap. Well, actually, let me pull from the other deck here, from our map. The Enchanted Map deck. Let's go ahead and pull from that, and that will be our last card pull, because again, this is supposed to be an encouraging message. So excuse me. Unexpected visitors just came out. And it's interesting because I feel like the unexpected visitor is there to help you. The unexpected visitor is being sent as a messenger. I don't know why these cards don't feel right. Give me 1 second, you guys. I'm just going to go ahead and do a light shuffle. Unexpected visitor did feel right. But for whatever reason, the other cards didn't. But anyways, I also have some tea here that I need to drink. You guys like my little mug here? Well, can't really see it that well, but that one says daydreaming. Excuse me. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it says daydreaming. And then the back says moon gazing. I love this mug. I got it from a shop not far from me. It's so beautiful. I made some hibiscus, cinnamon, and honey tea. The best. Spirit, is there anything else that you have to say about or to us in this reading? I just heard the words moments of clarity. Moment of clarity. Intention. I fucking love it. It's so interesting because we have intention here, which is so beautiful because you have 22, the owl, the egg, and intention. This, and then there's a what is that? A dandelion, I think, or something like that. In the mouth, it's one of those wishing, like make-a-wish flowers, as I used to call them as we were kids, me and my siblings. But anyways, what I do feel is that you take the thing that you desire most, you focus your intention and your attention and your energy on that. And what you do is you make sure that it's something that is in divine alignment with you. And then you continue to go after, or you continue to nurture that thing. And the egg here is being nurtured. Not only is it being nurtured, but this contains the life that you want. And when you crack it open, you then birth what it is that you've been in alignment with the whole time, which is interesting because it does bring me back to the Magician card. I love this because, to me, this is a reminder, again, that you are tapping into your spiritual gifts. You are tapping into your talents. You are tapping into who it is you know that you are. Spirit is nudging you to go into the right place. You'll feel it because it'll be a magnetic pull towards where you're supposed to be going. Remember, you are not lost. Spirit is there with you if you can look up enough to be open to where you're being guided. Spirit is sending people that you least expect to come and to help you and to guide you to make sure that you are still set on your path. You are set on your path. You are not lost. You are not lost. Spirit is there. Remember to actively do your cleansings to keep up with your spiritual hygiene as best as you can. If you can't burn smoke or use Palo Santo or sage or anything like that, there's always waters you can use. You can literally take some spring water, bless it with your hands, bless it with your hands, with the power of your voice, with the power of your vibrations, turn that into holy water, and then you cleanse yourself with that, and you can give yourself a baptism. You can literally do that. You can take roses, right? You can take organic roses, make rose water, bless it, use that to pour over your body. That is your blessed water. Anything you touch is sacred. Remember that, because you call the shots on what is sacred. And don't ever forget that. You are not lost. You are comforted. You are loved. You are guided. You are being walked with. You are not alone on this journey. And that is the message that Spirit has for you guys today. I love you guys with all of my heart. You guys can journey along with me to our greatest versions, to our highest versions at Magic of Eden on Instagram. You guys can also find me at my online apothecary, where I do offer intuitive services like tarot readings and whatnot. And I'll also be offering very soon dream interpretations. And of course, you can find that online at magicofeden.com. Also, if you want to take a moment to walk into the shadows with me, you can enter the shadows or enter the shadow room at Shadows X Magic. I'll make sure to link everything down in the description box below. I love you guys, and I hope that you have an amazing evening.